Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Guys, it's 1 week till Christmas. Can we believe it? Like literally 1 week today is Christmas Day. Have we all sent our lists to Santa? I hope so. I haven't really asked for anything. Like, I couldn't really think. Genuinely, the only thing I want is a nice tracksuit, which I know I'm getting. Could do with some more socks, some more knickers. As you get older, Christmas gets boring, doesn't it? Like, genuinely, I'd be so happy if on Christmas morning I unwrapped a tracksuit. Like, that's all I want. And obviously, because Lucy and I are buying the house, literally, like, any money towards the house, anything towards the house will be so appreciated. So I'd rather things like that than, like, tat that I'm never going to use. So it's going to be interesting to see what I open on Christmas Day, because I haven't really asked for anything, so it's all going to be a surprise. I do know that my mum is giving us money towards Disney tickets for next year, because if you don't know, I won myself a trip to Florida back in August when I won International United Miss United Kingdom. So I'm going to represent the UK at the World Finals in Florida in July. So me, mum, Lucy, potentially Lucy's mum, I think, are going to make a trip out of it, go over to Disney. So we're going to get some money towards Disney tickets, and I don't know what else Jill's bought, but she says she's smashed it. I have a few ideas of what Lucy's bought me. I'm hoping there might be a little promise ring on the way. Other than that, I honestly don't know. Like, literally, a tracksuit would do me fine. I found a lovely one in Tesco's yesterday, like F&F. Hello. It's gorgeous. It was like grey, and I don't like tight fitting clothes anymore. I've decided, like, my mission in life is just to be comfortable. So I like the baggy bottoms. Like, I literally took my shoes off to come podcast today because I want to be as comfortable as possible. And I've got my fluffy socks on, which I got in my advent calendar from Lucy. So they're like wide leg grey trousers, and they've got like little disco ball cherries on, which, look around. I love cherries. I literally have some disco pink cherries behind the camera, right? Like, that's my shit. And then it's got the disco cherry on the front, and then it's got like this disco department, something about like dancing and partying. Like, it's so me. So Lucy, if you're listening to this, please buy me that tracksuit. I really want it. We did have some unreal savings in Tesco's yesterday, guys. So obviously we're like shopping around for the house. We're not buying too much as we don't know our move-in date yet. Hopefully maybe February next year. I don't know. We found some pans. Now, I'm not being involved with the kitchen. I don't cook, I don't clean. I'm not really a kitchen girl. I'm not like a, what do they call it? Like a home bird. I don't know what the word is, but I just can't. So Lucy was looking at pans and she's like, oh my God, babe, like, feel the sturdiness of these. And I'm like, yeah, they look great, buy them. So they were like 50 something pounds with, not even with club card, it was like clearance price. Lucy checked out, she got the receipt. And these pans were meant to be like over £100. And we also bought a bottle of champagne because 2 of my friends have just got engaged. So they'll be getting that to celebrate their engagement. But yeah, so we managed to save £108 in Tesco's yesterday. Lucy was like, I've never walked out of a shop faster because I felt like I was stealing something because of the savings that we got. So this is your sign. If you don't have a Tesco club card, you need a Tesco club card, even though like the pans are in clearance, but still, like, the champagne was good with the club card. But yeah, I think Tesco is going to be our go-to shop when we live together. Currently where I live at home now, I've got a Co-op and Waitrose close by. But I think Tesco's is going to be our go-to shop. It's a massive one as well. And literally club card prices, you actually can't go wrong. So definitely Tesco's is going to be our main shop. So that was very exciting. We also took a trip to Belter Bargains, which is in Blaydon. I believe it's not far from the Metro Centre for my Newcastle Northeast girlies. And they had some unreal savings. We bought some towels for the house. We bought some knives and a cutlery set. All of that came to £50. Again, we felt like we were stealing. We were like, when we were looking at Tesco's yesterday, like, one towel is like 15, 20 quid. We were like, we've bought 2 packs of 3 big towels, some like medium-sized hand towels and some little face towels, 3 of each, £50, including the knives, including the cutlery. Like, it's kind of insane, to be fair. So we definitely think we're doing the right thing by, like, I mean, we're not trying to do it and like just buy cheap shit. Like, we want good stuff, but we don't want to spend so much because, I mean, yeah, our first mortgage payment is going to probably kill us. We got the letter through, and we're like, why is it that much money? So any Christmas money is definitely going towards our house, our mortgage, pans and pots and fridges and washing machines and everything. So if everyone could please keep just liking the podcast, downloading the podcast, sharing the podcast, so we can keep getting it out there, so I can get more ads on here and make more money from it. That would be brilliant. Thank you very much. But no, you guys know I do this just because I love it. But the dream would be for this to be my job. I genuinely love it so much. It brings me so much passion. I so look forward to uploading episodes. And I'm so excited today because I'm going to be going through our 2025 Creator Spotify Wrapped. Now, before we start, I must say, this podcast, the Lesbian Lounge podcast, hosted by Juliet Taylor, was not Lucy Barker, Juliet Taylor's girlfriend's #1 podcast. Can you believe it? It was her #2. I'm fuming. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Lucy actually listened to the podcast before we got together. So like, she's always listened. And then we went on a date and she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I listened to the podcast. And I was like, oh my God, like, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, I was gonna say we knew each other, we didn't. She knew who I was before we got together. And I always go to her, I'm like, you know, why did you never like message me telling me I was beautiful and that you fancied me? And she was like, because you were in a relationship. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But I always say, like, would you ever like come to one of the events that I was hosting and like flirted with me and told me I was beautiful? And she was like, no, I wouldn't have gone to one of your events. Like, it's just not really her scene. She'll come to them now because I host them. But she was like, she's quite her friends are her friends. She doesn't feel the need to like mix out of that friendship group. So she's like, I probably wouldn't have come because I wouldn't have had anyone to come with and I just would have felt awkward. I'm like, fair enough. But why wouldn't you have come just to see me and tell me that you fancy me and that you want to be married to me forever? Yeah, right. But yeah, it wasn't her #1 podcast, even though she has been listening for a long time. So here we have the Lesbian Lounge 2025 Creator Spotify Wrapped. So let's go through it. So it's saying 2025 was quite the year for you. A little proof that hard work pays off. So our total audience, guys, these numbers, genuinely, I still have to double take when I read them because I am so blown away by them. It's insane. So we had a 395% increase in audience from last year. 395% audience increase. What the fuck? Our total audience was up 999%. Are you joking? Literally, proof, 999% increase from last year. What the hell? I can't believe it. Our total followers were up by 426%. It's just insane. We had a listening time of 96.7k minutes. We had 1.6k hours of listening time, 67 days of listening, 9 weeks of listening, and 2 months of listening. So the Lesbian Lounge podcast was listened to for like 9 consecutive weeks, 2 consecutive months, 67 consecutive days, 1.6 consecutive hours, and 96.7 thousand minutes. Like, it's so insane. I've never experienced like a feeling like this. It just, the fact that like you guys are recognizing the podcast and loving it as much as I love it just blows my mind. So in total, that's a 533% increase in listening time from last year. Insane. Carrying on. So our top episode is still our first episode, episode 1, Get to Know Me. I feel like I really need to sort of do another Get to Know Me episode because that girl that you all got to know, I'm such a different person now. Like, I can't even listen back to like previous episodes of the podcast because I'm like, oh my God, like it's just not me anymore. And obviously it is me, but I've just grown so much. So yeah, that episode was played 113% more than our average episode. So what have we got next? Your listening passport's got a real workout. So we reached, are you ready for this? 48 countries overall. 48 countries. What on earth? Our top countries, in 5th place is Germany. Shout out German lesbians. Our 4th place goes to Taiwan. So shout out Taiwan lesbians. Our 3rd country is the US of A. our second place goes to Ireland, and our top country, the majority of our listeners are from the United Kingdom. Woo! So if you're from the UK, give yourself a clap. Or if you're Ireland, US, Taiwan, or Germany, or any other of our 48 countries, I love you, I appreciate you, you are the best. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This next bit is probably my favourite. This is the top fan section. So we were a top 10 show for 450 of you guys. 450 people had the Lesbian Lounge, my little baby, my podcast, in your top 10 Spotify shows. What the hell? 282 of you, we were a top 5 show for. Insane. This next one is my favourite. We were the number 1 show, so your most listened to podcast, your number 1 podcast, for 72 fans. I know for some people out there, for some podcasts out there, that number is nothing. It's probably like 72k top fans, right? For me, 72 people to have this podcast as their top listened to podcast blows my mind beyond belief. And like, to put it into perspective, like my own girlfriend, it wasn't her top listened to podcast. So it's not even just like it's family and friends, like it's real life people who listen to the podcast, who enjoy it, who interact with it, who send in dilemmas, who listen, who whatever you do. We were 72 of you guys' top podcast. And I was having people like send me their Spotify rap being like, you're my top podcast, like all of these incredible things. Like, I just can't believe it. So if we were in your top 10, your 5, or your top podcast, shout out to you. You're the best. I love you so much. Thank you. It's honestly, it's mind blowing. So my top fans, shout out to you guys. You streamed 3.2 times more than everyone else. And 20% of you binged 2+ episodes in one day. Honestly, it's just crazy, isn't it? So this is basically, this next bit is going into detail of our top fans. So it says, it goes without saying your fans have great taste. Here's what they're listening to. So this is you guys. Your top artists were number 1, Taylor Swift. Number 2, Olivia Dean. Number 3, Chappell Roan. Number 4, Billie Eilish. And number 5, Sabrina Carpenter. Your top audiobooks, number 1, Sunburn. I've never heard of that. Number 2, So Gay for You. That sounds about right. Number 3, The House of My Mother. Number 4, A Short History of Queer Woman. And number 5, It Started with a Kiss. We then have, what is this? Oh, this is another one of my favourite ones. So Spotify have given us 3 special awards. So one of them is a 2025 Rising Star. And it says, this year, your show's growth outpaced 94% of other shows. So all shows on Spotify, we outpaced 94% of other shows for the growth of the Lesbian Lounge. What the hell? We also got a 2025 marathon show. So fans listen to you for longer than 93% of other shows. And our final one, a 2025 most shared show. You received more shares than 94% of other shows. Just insane, like quite literally insane. Okay, I think that was, yeah, that's the end of our Spotify Wrapped. Like, it's mind-blowing the fact that those numbers are numbers that I'm seeing, because genuinely, like, if this podcast had only reached 25 people and that was it, I'd still be happy. But the fact that it's like a 999% increase and all of those numbers, genuinely, when I read it, I was actually in the Lake District with Lucy when it came out, and we were both just reading it through, like, how is this possible? Like, this little idea that I had, I was speaking to someone again the other day, and it's like, why did you create the podcast? And genuinely, the reason is, I felt like there was such a lack in femme lesbian representation across the media. I feel like, you know, you're sort of taught that a lesbian looks like Ellen DeGeneres. They don't look like us. They're not, you know, they're not real people almost. They're these characters that you see like fit into a TV show just so they can say they've ticked a representation box, whenever the main characters. And I think it's time that that is absolutely changed and that we step into the power and become the main characters. And also, I did not have a single person to go to for advice when I was a baby gay. I had one friend, shout out to you, Nayana. I had one friend who I went to with so many questions, and I felt so embarrassed to even have to be asking these questions. And that shouldn't have been the case. And I wanted there to be a place where people could come without fear of judgment, embarrassment, anything like that. And they could just ask the questions. They could tell the stories. Like the amount of people we've had just message the podcast saying, you gave me the courage to come out, or I'm not quite ready to come out, but I wanted to tell someone. So can I please tell you that I'm a lesbian? Like the fact that you guys feel comfortable enough to come to me and share these stories and let me, tell your dilemmas and laugh at them together and give advice. It's just, honestly, starting this podcast has been the best decision of my life, and the journey we've been on because of it, obviously, working with so many big brands. And I actually now can kind of tell you guys my exciting news, which I've been keeping a secret. So if you haven't been keeping up to date with ITV's social media, watching ITV on TV, you won't have seen that a trailer for a show called The Floor has come out. So if you have been following ITV on Instagram, you'll have seen a trailer for The Floor. It's also been shown on the TV. And I'm not going to say too much, but basically, you're going to want to tune in. That's all I'm going to say for now. You are going to want to tune in to The Floor, starting on ITV on the 4th of January at 8 o'clock and then 7 p.m. every Sunday after that. It's so exciting. So yeah, if you were wondering what I was doing in Amsterdam for a week, you now kind of have your answer. I am going to go into so much more detail, but we're still under quite strict contracts over what we can say until the show's aired. But yeah, all I'm saying is you might want to start tuning in. You can't really see me in the trailer. You can see me running out. If you see a girl in the pink suit, that's probably me. There was also 2 other girls in pink suits. I don't know why they didn't tell one of us to wear a different outfit, because we all sent quite a few options. So I don't know why 3 of us were then given a pink suit to wear, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you see a girl running out in a pink suit, you might recognize her, and you're definitely going to want to be tuning into The Floor. I'm going to be talking so much more about it. I'm hopefully going to get some of the other people from the show on the podcast just to have a chat about the experience, and when I can share my category and how I did with you all, I absolutely will. But for now, I'm going to have to keep a little bit locked away, throw away that key, because, yeah, I just don't want to say too much and get into any trouble. So I think I've rambled for enough time. So without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, are you on the naughty or the nice list? So over the past week, you guys have been sending me your naughty and nice confessions, and I'm going to tell you guys if you have made it to my nice or to my naughty list. So starting off with, the girl I was seeing said it wasn't working 3 days after Christmas, then turned around and said she didn't mean it, even though I thought it was over. Then she actually called it off 2 days after that, on the anniversary of my sister's death. Okay, she's 100% on the naughty list. That is bottom of the naughty list. You can't be messing me around saying, this isn't working. You're okay, well, it's done. Oh, no, it might work. Oh, no, it's definitely called off. You can't be messing people around like that. If something's not working, tell them, listen, my heart's not in this. I'm so sorry. Leave them in the past. You don't need to keep stringing me along and messing me around and then officially calling it off on the anniversary of something so severe like that. She is bottom of the naughty list. Fuck you, you're gone. Okay, next one. My girlfriend proposed to me on Christmas Day. Okay, now I have mixed opinions on this one. I feel yes, you're on the nice list because you proposed, but for me, it's kind of giving naughty list because Christmas Day is already a special event in itself. Do you now want to be sharing Christmas Day every year with the anniversary of your proposal? Some people yes, some people no. I think I would much rather have my proposal be on a completely separate day. To say obviously I'm hoping Lucy's going to be proposing to me, so let's think of some dates. So Lucy's birthday is the 9th of July. My birthday is the 27th of September. Then you've also got Christmas. So maybe start of the year, maybe a May proposal might be nice, and then it's not too close to anyone's birthdays, not too close to Christmas, because then it's a whole other day to celebrate. You don't have to share your anniversary of being proposed to with a birthday, with Christmas, with New Year's Day, with anything like that. But then again, like, I can see how cute it must be when, like, you know, maybe it's like, oh, look under the Christmas tree, there's one more present, or like something under the mistletoe. Like, I think it would be a really special, magical proposal. So we'll put it on the nice list, but I do think it would be nice to have that proposal on a completely different day. But as long as you guys are happy, and I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to hear all about the wedding. Okay, my girlfriend still follows her ex on Instagram. Okay, now I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I still follow my ex on Instagram. There was no bad blood when we ended the relationship, like, not like we text each other, but it's quite, I mean, I don't necessarily go and sit and stalk Taylor's Instagram, but it makes me happy when, like, I see her posting something. I'm like, I'm so glad that she's happy and living her best life, because we both agreed that when we were in our relationship, we were not living our best lives. We were not complimenting each other. We were just, I wouldn't say we were clashing, but we weren't meant to be together. So it makes me really happy being able to see her now living a life where she's feeling fulfilled and feeling happy, because that wasn't the life we were living together. So yeah, we do still follow each other on Instagram, but we don't really interact or talk. But say you ended with your ex and you still have feelings there or anything like that, we should not be following them on Instagram. They should be blocked. I'm pretty sure most of Lucy's exes have blocked her, actually, not the other way around. Not like Lucy's a psycho. Girls just get severely attached to Lucy, and then they end up blocking her when she's like, yeah, no thank you, and they're like, fuck you, and then they write shit into my podcast and try and troll me. Yeah, no, I'm gonna put you on the naughty list, well, your girlfriend on the naughty list, for still following the ex, because clearly it's something that's making you uncomfortable. I think that's something it should always be like, how does it affect your current partner? Like, if Lucy said to me, it makes me really uncomfortable that you're following Taylor on Instagram, she's instantly unfollowed, blocked. Like, whatever my new girlfriend needs, that's what happens. But yeah, if you're uncomfortable with it, then it's wrong. Your girlfriend should not be putting you in the situation where you feel uncomfortable. It should be, yep, that's fine. She's my ex for a reason. I don't need to follow her. Goodbye. So clearly there might still be, like, some feelings there if she's feeling the need to still follow this girlfriend. So you need to put your foot down and say, I don't want you following your ex on Instagram. That's weird. Okay, my girlfriend has a work wife. No, I would not be impressed if Lucy came home from work and was like, oh, like, me and the work wife, he did this. Like, no chance. I mean, thankfully my girlfriend owns her own bar and literally works with her brother, her mum, her dad. They have one full-time staff member who's like her brother's bestie, and like a 16-year-old glass collector. So I know I'm quite safe in the fact that she's not going to come home with a work wife. Her only work wife would be myself, because I now work at the Raven pretty much. Like, literally the other day it was Derby Day. Lucy had to take her mum home. So I am left to this whole bar. Lucy's brother was in, but he wasn't working. He was having a drink. So it was literally me behind the bar. And like, I've learned to pull a pint. I can't do a cocktail yet. Like, I can do a large Sauvignon Blanc, like, I can do that. But someone was like, can I have a spiced rum and Coke? And I literally looked at the wall behind me and I go, could you just point out the spiced rum in question, please? Because I don't know what a spiced rum is. I don't know if, like, Jack Daniels is a whiskey or rum or whatever. So yeah, I technically now work at the Raven. So yeah, I would be the work wife, but I don't think you need a work wife. I don't think it's necessary. So it's giving naughty list, especially if you're a lesbian, they're a lesbian. Absolutely not. And again, even if, like, the work wife in question was straight, what's to say she isn't, like, fantasizing over being with your girlfriend instead of her boyfriend or husband or fiance, right? Like, the work wife is not necessary. Like, or even just don't even tell me that you have a work wife. I don't need to know. Like, do what you need to do at work, come home, and I'm your actual wife with a ring on my finger, a pretty shiny diamond that I can wave around and talk about it. Now I've got the words then. But yeah, you do not need to tell me about your work wife. So naughty list for you. Crikey Moses, guys, these girlfriends need to all be on the naughty list. What the hell? My girlfriend and her ex have matching tattoos. I mean, there's nothing worse, is there, than, like, seeing one of your girlfriend's tattoos and be like, oh my god, that's really nice. I mean, just don't even tell me it's matching. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's like her name like tattooed on you, or like something that's very obviously like it's like a half and a half that you would have and she would have. Like if it's just a nice tattoo, just take the nice tattoo. You don't need to tell me that it's matching. But like if it's, you know, like an initial or a date or something like that, that's disgusting. But again, like people make mistakes. They had to try out dating these other people. They had to kiss some frogs before they found their princess. But the next thing she should be doing is booking into the tattoo studio to get it covered up. Like get I'm trying to think of a letter that you could easily change into a different letter. I don't really know how it would work. But like get the G covered up into like a flower or something, I don't know. But we don't need to be having our ex's initials or birthdays or anniversary dates or names tattooed on us. That's a no-no. It's giving naughty list. Oh, finally we have a nice girlfriend. My girlfriend washed and blow-dried my hair for me when I was poorly. That's actually adorable. It's just like small acts like that, isn't it? Like, it doesn't cost a penny. You don't have to like go out of your way to do anything crazy. Literally just a small act of washing and drying the hair. Even just like getting your hair brushed, like putting it in a plait, curling it, straightening it. Like the tiniest, simplest act of that can completely change your day, especially if you're a bit poorly and you just need a bit of a pick-me-up. That's perfect. You are on the nice list. My girlfriend of 4 months didn't get me anything for Christmas. No, I'm sorry, 4 months. Me and Lucy have been together 6 and we bought a house. Your girlfriend of 4 months needs to be buying you a fucking Christmas present. That is bare minimum. She is right on the top of the naughty list. My girlfriend drove an hour to my work just to spend my lunch break with me. Oh, that's really cute. That's going on the nice list. Yeah, that's really sweet. Like, I know it's an hour away, but I know you're getting, I mean, I hope it was more than like a 15-minute lunch break, right? Like, imagine you've driven all that way and you get a 15-minute lunch. Hopefully it's like at least half an hour. But just her, you know, like, again, it doesn't always have to be the gifts that cost a lot of money. She's not showing up going, I bought you this really expensive handbag. It's like, I've washed your hair, I've driven to your work. Like, little things like that, trust me, make a girl's day. So that's going on the nice list. Let's do a couple more. My girlfriend sent me the cutest text saying, tonight, 7 p.m, dress up and I'll pick you up from yours. And she planned the most amazing surprise date night. Oh, I love that. Lucy actually did that to me when I was coming back from Amsterdam for my secret project that's not so secret anymore. She texted me and it was like, where, actually she didn't tell me where it was. It was, oh, like where, I think it was like Metro Centre, time, this time, dress code, this, time, it was like 7 till 8, one activity, 8 till 9, another activity. And she took me to this place, it's called Activate. It's like loads of like fun games and you have to get points and we love little things like that. It's so cute. So a little date like that, I love it. She's on the nice list. Okay, a few more. She told me she wasn't ready for a relationship, and then 3 weeks later, I saw her posting another girl on Instagram. That's rough. Definitely on the naughty list, but it's okay. She definitely wasn't the girl for you, so we can leave her in the past. Leave her in 2025, step into 2026 and find your wife. I was told I didn't think we were doing gifts when I turned up with the whole handmade Christmas hamper. You're lying. Like, oh, I didn't think we were doing gifts. Well, you said we weren't doing gifts. I didn't get you anything. Like, are you joking? Of course I wanted something. Even if it was, I don't know, a bag of crisps from Morrison's. At least show up with something. And you've gone all out of your way to make this lovely handmade hamper. No, that's on the naughty list. Okay, one more. I got invited round to a girl's house and she fell asleep before we did anything. I mean, maybe she had a busy day. I don't know. But that's rough, isn't it? Like, you've gone round, you've got yourself ready, maybe, you know, had a little girl everything shower, shaved everything, moisturised, smelt good, drank lots of water to hydrate the kitty, and she's fell asleep. Gutted, but, I mean, again, clearly not the girl for you. She's on the naughty list. Right, I think we had more naughty lists than nice lists. So, basically, get your girlfriends in check. Tell them to listen to that and tell them if they're on the nice or the naughty list. Tell them they should be washing and blow drying your hair, surprising you with dates, driving to your work for your lunch breaks. They should be doing all of those good things, not telling you they didn't think you were doing gifts and not buying you gifts and having matching tattoos and work wives. Ugh, leave them girls in the past. We don't need them. Okay, let's jump into some dilemmas. Are we all excited? I know I am. Okay, here we go. I'm a 22-year-old lesbian and my girlfriend is 31. We've been together for 18 months. Is that 2 years? A year and a half. 2 years, I think. I have small boobs, but very large nipples. Unless I'm wearing something like a thick line hoodie, my nipples are often visible and poke through my clothes. Before this relationship, I was never self-conscious about my small boobs or hard nipples. I honestly didn't care if my nipples were hard and showing in public. Girl, I totally relate. I was at a pageant event the other week and I had this dress on and it was cold and you could see me nips and I was just like, whatever, they're there, there's nothing I can do about them, you know? This has completely changed over the past year. My girlfriend constantly makes jokes about my flat chest and especially about my big nipples. She'll even do it in front of friends. Okay, that's not on, like, especially if you've said, listen, that makes me uncomfortable. She should not be, like, doing any of this, like, making jokes at your expense. Like, absolutely not. At first, I thought she was just being playful and teasing, the way couples sometimes do. But the comments never stopped, and over time, they've really started to hurt. I've become extremely insecure, and I've actually bought silicone nipple covers to hide them. I now feel embarrassed getting naked during sex because I'm convinced she thinks my breasts genuinely look ridiculous. That's so sad for you. Like, you should not ever have to feel self-conscious around getting naked, especially in front of your partner. Like, they are the person that should love you, like, completely for you. Let me tell you all a quick story quickly. So, obviously, we all know Lucy's been doing my advent calendar. Every day I get a new gift, and today was a love letter, and she wrote 16 things that she loved about me. And her favourite thing at the minute that she loves about me, I have dimples on, like, the very lower of my back. I used to always love the One Direction song, the dimples at your back, at the bottom of your spine, because I was like, oh my god, I have them. And Lucy is so obsessed with them. I don't know if it's unhealthy, but, like, she literally is so obsessed with these nipples. I can't even cope. Not nipples, dimples. I mean, let's be real, she's probably obsessed with my nipples too, but my bum dimples, she calls them, she's obsessed with them. But yeah, your girlfriend should never make you feel insecure for something that is a part of your body, something that you can't change at that especially. My nipples are, or used to be, incredibly sensitive. I used to love it when they were licked and sucked on. It really made me moan and, what does that say? Writhe all over the place. That's a new word. On previous occasions, when my girlfriend licked and sucked on them for a prolonged 10 to 15 minutes, I was able to come from the nipple stimulation alone. Wow, go you, girl. I don't think many people can do that, so that's a flex. Go you. Where am I up to? Lately, though, when my girlfriend does the same thing, I don't feel the same pleasure. I even caught myself faking moans and pretending to enjoy it. It's become a total mental block. I have a newly developed hate for my own nipples and a belief that my girlfriend finds them and me unattractive. I've asked her several times to stop the comments, and she always says that she's just teasing and I shouldn't take it to heart. How can I get past this mental block and start being comfortable with the body I have and enjoy sex again? Okay, like you've just said there that you have specifically told this girl, I don't feel comfortable with these comments. So the fact that she is continuing to make them is quite literally disgusting. Like, how dare she make you feel so insecure about your body, something that you can't change, right? Like, they are a part of you. She should love every part of you unconditionally. She should not be making you feel insecure. And like you said, you're not now enjoying sex because you're so on edge thinking about what she's thinking. So I think you need to sit her down and have a really serious conversation and be like, listen, I know you've said you're just joking when you make these comments about my nipples, but it's really making me feel insecure. I'm starting to find myself not feeling comfortable during sex and getting naked around you, which is not the way I should be feeling around my girlfriend. You should love me unconditionally and love every part of my body, no matter what. You should not be making me feel this way. I see how she responds to that, but I think taking her out of the equation completely, you should love your body, and I'm telling you that it's beautiful. All the girlies, gays and theys listening are telling you that it's beautiful. And I can guarantee you, if this girl isn't going to take it seriously and we're sacking her off, there will be a girl out there who's going to find it so sexy that you can come from this nipple stimulation, just like our squirting girl, just like the foot fetish girl. There are people out there that are going to love everything about you without question, without doubt, without judgment. So if she's going to continue to make you feel this way, she's got to go, because you should love yourself unconditionally. You shouldn't, deem your sex appeal on somebody else's opinion of you, and somebody else's, like how they feel about how your body looks. Like, I don't give a fuck if she thinks your nipples are weird or too protruding or whatever the word you was used. Like, fuck her. You should think, oh my God, look at my nipples. Yeah, I've got small boobs and big nipples. I'm fucking owning it. I love it. Yeah. And if she's not the girl for you, which to be honest, she doesn't really sound like it, unless she is willing to seriously stop these comments and almost rebuild that trust for you again and show you how much she absolutely loves you and your nipples and your boobs and every other part about you, there's going to be a girl out there that is going to absolutely love this for you. So please, please, please do not let yourself just continue to be in this mind space and just think, okay, that's it, I'm just going to have to fake moaning and orgasms for the rest of my life. Not at all. Have a conversation. If she is messing on and not taking it seriously, then seriously, I think you need to sack her off, because that is just not a nice girlfriend to be going out of her way, pardon me, to make you feel like shit. Especially when you've said multiple times now, this makes me feel shit. Like, don't continue to do it when I've said, no, I'm uncomfortable with that. She should say, oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again. Not continue to make digs at you, especially when they're at your own expense, at your confidence's expense. So have a conversation, and if she needs sacking off, then unfortunately she needs sacking off. But I promise you, there'll be a girl out there who's going to make you feel so confident and so sexy and love everything about your boobs and your nipples. So good luck and keep us updated. Okay, this is a fun little question. Did you ever date men? If so, what were some of the signs that you were a lesbian? I'm really struggling with this right now. So, yes, I did date men, not to the extent that I know some people have. I had 2 boyfriends, and I've sort of been with 2 other boys. Genuinely, that's pretty much it. So my first boyfriend, shout out Harry Marsh, I met him doing a show called West Side Story. Actually, no, he wasn't my first boyfriend. My first boyfriend was called Cameron Davison. Shout out Cameron Davison. I also met him doing a musical. We were doing Oliver together. He was playing Oliver. We were young. We must have been 13-ish, I'd assume. We pretty much used to sit in rehearsals together and talk. And then after rehearsals, we'd run downstairs, make our mums take ages to meet us at the car. And we'd stand behind someone's car talking. And then one time we kissed. He came round to my house one time, and guys, I was so convinced he was going to try and have sex with me. I really needed the toilet, and I made my mum come wait in the room when I went to the toilet, because I was frightened that I was going to come back from the toilet and he was going to have got naked. And I was literally no, I don't want that. So that probably should have been a sign, the fact that I was so scared that he was going to try and have sex with me. I also remember we were kissing and he put his hand down my pants, and I was like, oh, that's gross. Then that relationship didn't last long. I think he actually broke up with me. He did, I remember. On the last day of the show, he was like, this isn't working. And I was like, fuck you. Then my second boyfriend, this was probably my first real boyfriend, Harry Marsh. Met him again during a show. And throughout the whole relationship, really, I found myself not wanting to be near him. I would go around to his house, and he had 3 lovely big sisters and a younger stepbrother. And when his younger stepbrother was round, I'd literally be like, I'm going to go play with him, or I'm going to go talk to your sisters. I would not want to be left alone in the room with him. We literally had sex once, and I don't even know if you can call it sex. It really, I don't think counted. It was over so quick. I literally just was like, this is the worst experience of my life. And I'm pretty sure I broke up with him the day after we first had sex, because it was not a vibe. So again, that probably should have been a sign, the fact that I did not enjoy being near him. I did not enjoy the sex. It was just not for me in the slightest. I've then sort of been with 2 other boys. Again, I met them all in weird situations. I met him doing children's princess parties. I think he was being like Batman. And I'd gone round to his house, and he had done stuff to me. And I said to him, I was like, no offense, but I'm not doing anything to you. That's just not for me. And I remember him asking me, he was like, have you come yet? And I was like, no. Like, I hadn't even contemplated the thought of coming because I was so nowhere near reaching that state. I hadn't come from any of these previous boys. I mean, Harry Marsh, literally, like I said, we had sex half a time. So again, that probably was a sign when I was like, I don't want to come near you, and you coming near me was just not pleasurable. And then there was one other boy that was during college, and it was basically my best friend's boyfriend's best friend. So it was just kind of like easy for everyone if we got on and we slept in the same bed when we went round, because then my best friend and her boyfriend could sleep in the same bed. But again, it was very much like, I'm not having sex with you, I'm not doing anything to you. And my sort of reasoning was always like, I would only do it if I was in a relationship with you. And he was like, well, then will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, ew, no. I just never found myself wanting to be close to men. Like on nights out, I'd maybe like kiss a boy, but I feel like it was more like I wanted the attention, and I wanted to be able to almost like say that I'd kissed a boy, and like, oh, well, I kissed a boy on a night out, like, go me. And I love the attention. Like I love like being told I'm beautiful, and I feel like that's how I seek that, and like kissing boys on nights out. But then again, like I wouldn't really go out of my way to do that. I'd much rather just have a good time with the girls. And I didn't really go on a lot of nights out because that's not my scene. But I never found myself wanting to be close to men, would never want to kiss them, would never want to see them with their pants off. Like I've literally had one willy inside of me, and that was enough. I hate them. I just found boys icky. And like I said, you guys all know the story of how I ended up sort of coming out, and it was being on Tinder, switching it to like boys and girls, and then going, okay, the men are making me feel physically unwell now, get them out of my sight. And I think that was sort of when I started to realise, okay, I've always just sort of liked men because that's what you're told to do, right? That's what films tell us to do, books, anything, music. It's all about a girl loving a boy loving a girl. You very rarely get a lesbian representation. Again, leading back to the start of the podcast when I said, that's why I started the podcast, because we're never made to be the main characters. And I felt like there was this like awkwardness around being a lesbian. And I remember being at college one time, and one girl had said like, oh yeah, like I would get with a girl, I would kiss a girl. And then we sort of went around the room saying like, who would do that? And I was like, I'd never say no until I tried it. And I think that's when I really started thinking like, okay, like maybe I might actually like girls. But I felt so embarrassed to admit that I was a lesbian and to sort of admit that I was, starting to talk to girls. I sort of used it as a bit of a joke at first. I was like, oh guys, like I'm talking to a girl, like, like, isn't that weird? Pardon me. Yeah, it was very much just like I was making a joke out of it to sort of see what the reaction would be. So if it was a bad reaction, I would just be like, oh, guys, it was just a joke. Whereas deep down, I did know definitely that that's the direction I wanted to be going in, was dating girls. So for me to be at the point now where I'm like so proud and open as a lesbian woman, like literally I live in the Lesbian Lounge, right? What do we have behind me? Let's go lesbians, let's go make it spicy. The Lesbian Lounge, like we have all these gorgeous like gay things, and just to be finally feeling like I'm living and showing up as my true self is such a dream, because I know for so many people out there that's not the case. But I think sometimes things like that come with time. You do have to kiss a few frogs to meet your princess, in my case, not your prince. And some girls explore way more with boys. I know a lot of girls are in the situation where they're having year-long relationships with men. They're having constant like one-night stands with men. They're constantly sleeping with men just to almost say to themselves, well, I must be straight because I'm sleeping with men. I'm dating a man, so I must be straight. But they know deep down, I hate this. This is not who I am. But they're showing up as that person to please family, friends, whoever. But they know that they would be so much happier if they just accepted the fact that they did like girls and went on and explored that. So if you're sort of in that situation right now and you're thinking, how do I get out of the situation of being with men just because that's what I've been told to do all my life? The best advice I can give you is, that was the chair, not me. It's squeaking. Can you hear that? It's like a little mouse. But yeah, the best thing I think you can do is cut off all ties and relationships with men. I know it's going to be hard, especially if you've got a long-term boyfriend on the cards, or you've been seeing someone, but you need to cut that off. You don't then need to instantly get in a relationship with the girl. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to stop seeking that like male validation almost to prove your straightness to someone. we need to stop with that. You know, we're not doing any of this for the male gaze, for the male attention. We don't care about men. No offense, men, if you're listening. I bet the Spotify Wrapped, if it told me, it would have been like 100% female, 0% male. No, I bet there's some men who listen to this just because they like hearing about scissoring and fingering and probably get off to it. That's disgusting if that's you, by the way. But yeah, you need to cut off all ties with men and just spend a bit of time getting to know yourself again, you know? Have a little explore. If that is getting with a woman or, you know, getting in a relationship pretty soon after, that's fine. But maybe it's just sitting and thinking, okay, so what is it that I actually want from a partner? Do I want somebody who still has that sort of masculine edge, or do I want somebody who is very feminine, doesn't sort of, you know, present with that masculine energy? And figure out what you want, figure out who you are, because you haven't been living as your true self. So figure out who you are, what you like, what you're after, and then you can start exploring on the lesbian dating scene. Get yourself on Hinge, get yourself on Tinder, get yourself to a Lesbian Lounge meetup, get yourself out there, and then hopefully you can start showing up as your full authentic self. And, you know, maybe like go on a night out and like when a man comes up and flirts with you, just be like, no. Or like put yourself out there, give yourself a little flirt with the girl. If a girl comes up and flirts with you, like accept it. Like show up with that confident lesbian energy, and I promise you the girls will start flooding your way. Okay guys, I'm going to wrap up this week's episode here. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for those amazing Spotify Wrapped numbers, because those numbers are literally because of you. All I do is record and upload and edit, and I mean I do a lot of the work, you know, it's all me. I'm a one-woman team, but the numbers come from you guys. I wouldn't have those numbers if you weren't the numbers. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't have this 999% increase if you guys weren't sharing the podcast, liking it, telling friends about it, listening, interacting with it. So thank you so much. If anybody would like to send in any dilemmas or questions or stories, you can head over to our link tree, which will be in the description in the show notes. And you can also follow the podcast on Instagram and TikTok at thelesbianlounge.podcast. You can join our WhatsApp group chat, our Instagram broadcast channel, which I definitely need to start texting more in, so I pinky promise that I will do that. And what else can you do? You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Juliet Francis T. You can send me a message if you want to be besties and have a little chinwag. I'm always up for a chit chat, a meet up, a coffee, a cocktail, whatever you fancy. And I will speak to you all next Thursday on Christmas Day for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.